Well, considering everybody else is making their New Year's resolution recap videos, I feel obligated to do mine, as I've just recently been posting some videos on this YouTube channel, and I did say I would complete something by the end of the year. So, for those who don't know, this channel is called Undoing Perfectionism. It's a channel on YouTube that is about creative process and overcoming perfectionism in the creative process. So I do have an intro video up going into a little bit more detail, but basically the first creative thing that I'm going through is doing guitar covers. So I've just finished covering every song with guitars in it on Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. And in this video, I'm just going to talk about first how the process was, what my key learnings were, and what my objectives will be as I continue. And then after that, I'll go through a little bit more like guitar nerdy stuff in detail. So yeah, so I've just finished this album. I super enjoyed it. It was really cool to just have some sort of solid objectives to go to like attack in my guitar playing, because since I left playing bands, I didn't have too much to really aim for. I did give myself a couple of little things like learning a scale, but it was just to learn a scale because I didn't know a scale, yada yada. But yeah, to like have this process where I've got to learn a song and then I've got to perform it in front of the video and then post the video and then do these reflection pieces, which is what this is all about. Yeah, it's been really cool and really driven me. Each time I pick up my guitar, I'll have a little play around, but then I'll think, oh cool, well I've got the next song to do, so I'll jump onto that. So in covering the songs, it was super cool because there were so many points at which I would be critical to myself. There was like how well I learned the song and how like compared to what I was looking at, which was a guitar tab, and then listening to the song and hearing how it was played. So I had to kind of face that first initial boundary. Then it was standing in front of the camera and, you know, trying to make it enjoyable once I've recorded it. So I've got to get the song playing up to a certain level that's good, but not being too much of a perfectionist. And then just like, yeah, making sure all the volume levels and everything were right as well. So that was interesting because I kind of had to catch myself at each of those points and, you know, not be too critical of myself at all those points. So that was super interesting. So the key learnings that I got from that was it was just rewarding to have completed even just like a song. Like, cool, that one's done. Like ticking that off and then moving to the next one was super cool. And then in each song, once I watch a video back of the one that I've just played, it's like, okay, I watch myself play and I listen and I can see where I've stuffed up. Obviously, like being too critical of myself, but then it's like, you know what? Like as a whole, the whole thing is like pretty good, and that's not bad. So overall, it's a positive. So just like being able to just accept that for what it is like been really cool, and it's felt really nice to like let go in that sense, because usually if I'm writing a song, for example, I would look at the music as a whole, and I would, you know, be finding little details, me trying to like polish them all, and at the end of the day, I just don't get anything finished. So yeah, it's super sick that I've actually, you know, I was really surprised at actually how quickly I've kind of gotten through this, and, you know, I wasn't too loose with how, like, I think I got the songs to a pretty good level. It wasn't just like I played it once and then it was like, it's not supposed to be perfect, I'll just chuck it up. Because then this channel could just be like imperfect covers, but which is essentially what they are at the moment. But, you know, they're pretty good. So that was super sick. So next time, I'm gonna try and enjoy the filming a little bit more, because I think it's funny because I'm like, you know, concentrating on playing the song and like I'm trying to stay in frame and things like that, and, you know, it'll take me a while to record me playing the song. So a lot of times I'm not really enjoying like the filming part, because it's interesting, like the environment from having played in front of people, you know, being in the room, being with a band, and then just being in front of a camera in my room, in this room, is just like, there's no real vibe here. And particularly when I've just learnt the song, it's not like I'm super comfortable playing it. So I'm just going to try and enjoy that a little bit more. And yeah, in that I'll hopefully try and find something, you know, some way of not perfecting that, like being too perfectionist with that either. So in this little reflection, I've realized, when I've been making some notes before doing this video, I don't really have a lot of words that I feel encapsulates what I'm experiencing in this very well. Like, it's kind of like I keep just saying, I'm trying not to be a perfectionist, so I kind of let it go, and that's kind of as far as I go. So I'm wondering if you've got any suggestions or ideas about how to describe these things that make you feel like a perfectionist or not be a perfectionist. That might be cool to just like have a discussion about in the comments, because at the moment it's kind of like I feel like I'm being a perfectionist or being overcritical, and I just get to a point and then I just kind of let it go. But I don't want to have that attitude of just like, you know, screw it, I'll just, you know, push it aside, because I feel that's kind of negative, you know. I still want to be, you know, putting some heart into the creative process, but without being like just strangling it, you know. So it'd be cool to like develop the language as I go through this, more and more videos on this channel. So more guitar-y stuff. So yeah, so one of my favorite songs on the album that I've just done, Hybrid Theory, was A Place for My Head, because of like the awesome guitar tone in that guitar riff at the start. So it was super fun to play that song, but I ended up actually enjoying the song Forgotten a bit more. Just playing it, it would just have like some nice variety in there. So it was cool. I got this guitar pedal to switch channels from the clean to the distortion, so that was really cool. And that was another challenge within the song itself, was to, you know, change channels while I'm doing this whole video in one cut because I'm lazy. So that was super fun. And then my least favorite slash most challenging was probably Points of Authority. It's a relatively simple riff, but then when I learnt it, I noticed the way that the riff is played, the way that I initially learnt it was just open strumming, but there's a lot of like palm muting and like staccato, start stoppy kind of stuff in that open riff, the opening riff, and you can kind of see it in the video. I'm like really struggling to like get how just like the real feel in it. So it's like little nuances like that in almost like every song. There was something that was, you know, I'd be playing it and I'm playing along with the song and I can hear it's just not really capturing, it's really not capturing the feel of how the song's been recorded. So, you know, trying not to be overly critical in playing that, but still trying to emulate that sound as much as possible. That was super cool. So I'm like super keen to keep moving on to the other stuff. Other guitar stuff, or like guitar tones. So like winding back the distortion, the harmonic. There's like a lot of harmonics in the songs, as you've heard if you've listened to them. So it was the last track that had clean harmonics, and in the end has some clean harmonics as well. But for the most part, it was distortion guitar with harmonics, and some of them are like super difficult to pull off, even just once by itself, just to where they are on the strings. The tabs that I used were pretty accurate, but I did move them like here and there. But yeah, I think that's about it for like the super guitar stuff. I do want to wrap this up within 10 minutes, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the covers if you watched them. If not, go check them out. Happy New Year. I hope everyone's got some goals and smashes them in 2020. And next up, I'm going to move on to Linkin Park's second album, Meteora, and super keen to continue working on this channel and working on the process of undoing perfectionism. Thank you very much. Catch up.